Hi, and thank you for joining us. We begin with maybe exactly what you don't want to hear on a summer Friday. You may have to change your plans if you're in the Great Lakes, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic this weekend. I'm just the messenger. More than 100 million people across the northern half of the country are under air quality alerts because of widespread wildfires in Canada and Minnesota. Heavy rain and extreme heat are expected as well. This video from NASA shows the clouds of smoke spreading down the eastern United States. The smoke and the heat causing skylines for cities like New York, Chicago, and Philadelphia to temporarily disappear. Health officials in several states are warning residents to stay inside to avoid inhaling potentially unhealthy particles or wear a mask when outside. CBS News national investigative correspondent Tom Hanson joins us now. So, Tom, it looks to me right now a little bit better than yesterday?
Yeah, well, that's an understatement, Lindsay, compared to what we were seeing yesterday. Today is the first time that we are actually seeing a blue sky in about 48 hours. The air quality at last check is labeled good here. So we are in good shape. You can see the George Washington Bridge. About 24 hours ago, you would have not been able to see that because it would have been obscured by all of that smoke. Now, so it's good here in New York City right now, but actually the big swath of smoke has pushed south to the nation's capital. You can see that all of the monuments there, those iconic landmarks, are very, very difficult to see because all the smoke is so heavy there. Earlier, that was the case in Chicago. And when you talk about pollution in the air, Detroit topped the list of cities for the world's worst air pollution today. So huge concerns there. Up north on the northern peninsula of Michigan, they are also seeing the sun in some instances being obscured by the smoke. Day turning tonight. So some really dramatic images there. Now, those are the visuals, Lindsay, but one of the concerns here is what you can't see. These particles that are floating in the air from the wildfire smoke are so teensy tiny that they can actually move through a lot of low-level masks. That's why experts are saying to wear N95s, KN95 masks as well. Those will protect you if they are properly put on your face. Now, if you are out in the elements and you are breathing those particles without a mask, without any protection, those particles are so small they can actually penetrate some of the natural barrier in your lungs and actually do some damage, cause severe inflammation. So if you have asthma or other chronic conditions, those could flare up. And of course, if you don't and you start breathing this in for any sustained amount of time, you could develop a situation like asthma or things like that. So experts really cautioning people to take this very seriously. This is not just smoke that's going to blow through the area in and out, and then you're going to be okay. They want you to take this as a serious health risk, and that is something that everyone should keep in mind as we head into the weekend, Lindsay.
Yeah, what is on tap for the weekend? We've got the big World Cup final Sunday.
Well, that's absolutely right. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people ascending on New York City. Unfortunately, I have some bad news as well. The smoke is expected to waft back into New York City for at least 24 hours, happening on Saturday. And so that could cause concerns for people who are going to the game in New Jersey. So far, the game is scheduled as planned. But as you mentioned, with the weekend plans that so many people out there have, we're talking about 100 million Americans roughly, as you noted in your intro to me. That's a lot of people who are in harm's way. And so you got to check the air quality maps. There's a government website you can go to. You can check those air quality maps in your area to see exactly what risk the air poses in your area. But this is, as one health expert told me, not exactly the weekend to go out and do a picnic if you are in an area that's labeled yellow, red, or in those deeper purple and dark purple colors. So you really want to pay attention to what the air quality index is in your local area. Hopefully this smoke clears out sooner than later. But I got to say, Lindsay, the tough reality is, the grim reality is, these wildfires are burning. A lot of them are not fully contained yet. A lot of them are, frankly, out of control. They're in densely wooded areas that are kicking up this smoke and wafting it through the jet stream down into the United States. And so until those fires are extinguished, which, by the way, there is supposed to be some rain passing through the area in Canada over the weekend, it's not going to be significant enough to do much damage for the fires and put them out. But until these fires are extinguished, this may be an issue that we are facing for the days and weeks to come, Lindsay.
Okay, Tom Hanson, thank you so much.